This is our daily morning show, our morning football news and transfers, and we are live again this morning, guys. For those who are just joining us for the first time, do let us know where you're connecting from and the football team you support as well. We had some Champions League games yesterday, the quarterfinals first leg of the UEFA Champions League. So let's get right to it, guys. The results yesterday, I wasn't surprised by those results, yeah, because for the Bayern game, I predicted that Bayern was going to win 3-1 against Madrid. It ended up to be a 2-1 win. For the Arsenal game against Sporting CP in Lisbon, it ended up to be a 1-0 win for 1-0 win for Arsenal late on through Kai Havertz. I think it was extra minute goal. So it was a very tough one. Arsenal also didn't have it very easy, but they fought really hard and got a late win, which is the most important thing for you to win the games. Blocks B says hello Noble. Welcome back, Blocks B. BGM says hi bro. What's this S shirt? This is my club's jersey here in China. The team I play for. This is one of the jerseys. We have lots of jerseys, by the way, but this is one of it. KG Sukuna says hello, bro. Sukuna, it's been a very long time. For months now, I've not had you on the channel, though it's really nice to have you back. Blocks B says my prediction was close. What was your prediction, Blocks B? Sorry. What was your prediction? Mine for the Madrid game was pretty close, but not exactly accurate in terms of the score prediction. But the win was actually accurate. Arsenal says hi, good morning. What's up, Noble? I'm doing amazing, bro. I'm doing good. How about you? Hope you had a great night's rest. We have a couple of news to go over this morning. Yeah. The Angelo Stilla's situation at Stuttgart, Manu Gatti, Harry Maguire signing a new contract, and other news as well. We have a lot of news to go over this morning, guys. KG Sukuna says, yeah, bro, I'm back. Yeah, it's really nice to have you back, Sukuna. BGM says, Banik Ostrava Jesse Greater. You're a very funny boy. You and this your Banik Ostrava that is getting relegated. You are saying their jersey is better than my club's jersey. KG Sukuna says my Madrid game was 3-1 for Bayern. Yeah, that was the exact same prediction I gave for that game. But it was pretty close. Yeah, it was pretty close. Though Madrid almost equalized that game. Yeah, Madrid almost equalized the game, but sometimes you don't get the exact score prediction. Maybe you might get the win you predicted, but I knew definitely Bayern was going to win. But I would say I was impressed with Madrid's performance in general last night. Yes, the loss is not good at the Bernabeu, but at least it's still close. 2-1. If you can get a 1-0 victory or a 2-1 or also a 2-0 victory, you can get a chance to advance into the next round. I don't think it's all over for Madrid in the quarterfinals. No, I don't think so. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. Biplab says, bro, Bayern Munich vs Real Madrid game was good. Yeah, it was a very good game. Very good game. Like I said, I enjoyed every bit of it. The overall performance of Madrid was good. Yes, at some point they defended too deep, but even with that game plan, they still had lots of chances that they had to force Manuel Neuer to make 9 saves in that single game. So it was a very tough game, I would say. Very tough game. Manuel Neuer, a 40-year-old goalkeeper, won the man of the match. That's to tell you how intense that game was. BJami says, Nobu, what is your most favorite World Cup match in history? I love to watch again and again World Cup quarterfinals, Brazil, Croatia. My favorite World Cup game. I don't want to go with the France Argentina 2022 finals. Um, first, first of all, I will have to go with the Brazil game against Germany in the 2002 World Cup final. Is the network better now, guys? I'm trying to be sure it's working perfectly now. Guys, can you see me clearly and can you hear me loud and clear? Do let me know in the chat, guys. Let me know. Okay, now it's good. Alright, thank you, BJ Ami. Thank you. Like I said, for my favorite World Cup game, I would go with the Brazil-Germany final in 2002, the Korea-Japan final. Yeah, that game for me was really one of the best World Cup games. I think that was my first World Cup, so that game stuck in my head really good. Yeah. And also, I enjoyed the France Argentina final in 2022, even though Argentina won that game, but I pretty much enjoyed that match. It was one of the best finals, or yeah, best finals and one of the best games in the World Cup. Also, Spain against the Netherlands in the 2000 and was it 2010? No, I think it was the 2014 World Cup. Yeah, I think it was 2014 World Cup. Yeah, it was the 2014 World Cup. That one that Van Persie scored that flying header. Yeah, and they really battered Spain in that match. So I would go with that match. Yeah, it's also one of my favorites. KG Sukuna says, bro, that Kane goal was fire. Yeah, Kane's goal against Real Madrid yesterday was very good. It showed the pure quality of Harry Kane. The way he placed that ball, it wasn't about power, it was just about placement. You see the angle he dropped that ball. Yeah, I know some goalkeepers would have saved that. Maybe Manuel Neuer would have saved that. Thibaut Courtois, I think he would have saved that as well. But it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to appreciate a beautiful goal when you see it. It's just like the saves Manuel Neuer made yesterday. Many goalkeepers wouldn't have made those number of saves. At least out of those 9 saves he made, about 4 of them would have gone in if it were to be another goalkeeper. Katie Sukuna says 2010 Spain World Cup winner. That was Spain against was it Argentina? No, it was Spain, Netherlands. Yeah, the 2010 World Cup. It was good, but personally, I would rate the 2022 World Cup final between France and Argentina higher. I would rate the 2002 World Cup final between Germany, Brazil higher as well, and a couple of other games. Yeah, I would definitely rate them higher. Andrew Collins B-Ray says hi. Andrew Collins, nice to have you on the channel. Where are you connecting from? Andrew Collins, welcome to Noble's View. Which team do you support and where are you connecting from? Bijami says, do you like World Cup quarterfinals Brazil, Croatia 2022? Yes, I like it, but I wouldn't say I rate it to be one of the best games I've watched in the World Cup, because I've watched a lot of World Cups actually. I've watched how many World Cups have I watched? I watched the 2002, 2006, 2010, 2014, 2018, 2022, and this one now that is going to be the 7th World Cup. Yeah, this World Cup is going to be the 7th World Cup I'm watching. So I've watched lots of World Cups. So that one you mentioned, for me, it's not really among my top 3 or top 5 games, honestly. Johnson Ricky says, hello, I liked and subbed. Thank you very much, Johnson Ricky. Nice to have you on the channel. Are you from the UK? Because I know Johnson, yeah, lots of people in the UK bear the name Johnson. So are you from the UK, Johnson Ricky? Is he Rick Ross? Sandra Horn says, my name is Bye. Bye. What do you mean by that, Sandra? Is that a joke or you're telling me that's your real name? Come on, girl. I don't believe that's your real name. BJami says, I can score better than Hurricane, bro. Come on, BJami. I don't know what you take Hurricane to be. Sukuna says, bro, Neuer and Courtois the best. Right now, Neuer and Courtois the best. Personally, I've said this a couple of times this season. Talking about the best goalkeeper for me right now, I'm definitely going Thibaut Courtois. Yeah. The performance from Manuel Neuer yesterday was insane. Like, at 40, still putting up those numbers. Nah, that's wild. But I would still go with Thibaut Courtois as my favorite goalkeeper, like, currently, right now. If you look at the whole career of Manuel Neuer, yes, I would say that the whole career of Manuel Neuer, I would definitely have him ahead of Thibaut Courtois, right? But for just now, I would definitely go with Thibaut Courtois slightly ahead of Manuel Neuer. But Manuel Neuer is still at the top of his game. The man is 40. He's 40 years, but look at the saves he made yesterday. 9 good saves in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. And I saw a news a couple of days ago that Bayern want to give him more contract, like extend his contract. And I think, wow, this man is still balling at 40. So Neuer, for me, I think I had him in my top 5 or top 6 of all time, right? So Manuel Neuer for me is top. Yeah, definitely. Sukuna says, bro, BGM is dreaming in daylight. Yeah, don't mind BGM, bro. Sometimes he has some takes that are very funny. BGM says, I always score bangers, bro. I will post it and then you will want me at Man United. I already told you to post those videos on YouTube. Definitely. Post them videos on YouTube. You actually get more than you are looking at. So it's going to be nice. Edwin says, damn. Edwin, welcome back to the channel. Guys, if you're just joining the channel, hit the like button and subscribe to Noble's View. Like I said, we have a lot of news to go over today. Yeah, the Angelo Stiller situation at Stuttgart, the Manu Gatti exclusive from Fabrizio Romano yesterday. Also, Harry Maguire signing a new contract at Man United. We'll go through that. We also have a couple of other news. The match reactions from the games that were played yesterday and all that. So many other news we are going to go to, because that's basically what we do in our morning show. We just go over our football news and transfers and we talk about them. People give their different views and opinions. So we are going to get straight into it. Sukuna says, and goalkeeper position is one of the hardest positions to play. Yeah, goalkeeper position, it's really difficult. You need to be fully focused at all times. Because personally, I know how to be in goal. I'm very good at shot stopping and all that. It's very very difficult being a goalkeeper, right? And one thing about being a goalkeeper is anytime you lose focus in the game, it's a goal. There's no two ways about it. Anytime you lose focus in football as a goalkeeper, you are going to concede goals. So it's usually 100% maximum concentration for goalkeepers. So goalkeeping position is actually very difficult. But some people say, nah, it's very easy, it's simple and all that. I'm like, come on, maybe you've never been in goal before. And one thing about being a goalkeeper is any mistake, nobody is saving you from that mistake. Yeah. But if a defender makes a mistake, his goalkeeper can save him. If a midfielder makes a mistake, the defenders and the goalkeeper can also save him. If a striker makes a mistake, the midfielders, the defenders, and the goalkeepers can save him. But once a goalkeeper makes a mistake, come on, it's a goal. So the goalkeeping position is very, very, very difficult. Honestly, it's very difficult. Kati Truby says, "Hi, bro, I'm back. I love your streams." Thank you very much, Kati. I do appreciate those kind words. I hope you had a great night, Kati. Celebrity Bliss says CR7. Yeah, Celebrity Bliss, welcome back. Welcome back. Nice to have you back on the channel. BJ Ami says, I can shoot good and stronger like Roberto Pablo. Majid says, hi Noble, Madrid almost killed me yesterday. What the hell happened? Can we come back or is it just too hard to do so? I don't think it's too hard for Madrid to come back into that second leg of the quarterfinals against Bayern. I don't think it's too hard. Reason being, the goal difference is not much, right? It's not much. And I believe Madrid, if they play at their best, can actually get a result. Yeah, if they play at their best, they can actually get a result against Bayern. If you look at the game, yes, Bayern had more possession. I think in general, the whole game, Bayern had about 52% and Madrid had about, I think, 48% possession. Yeah, at some point it was more than that, but in the whole game, the ball possession of Madrid Bayern was pretty much the same. So I think the fall off for Madrid was early on in the second half. That first 26 seconds they considered that Kane's goal was not good. And I think 10 minutes after that was very poor from Madrid. Yeah, very, very poor from Madrid. But I think immediately Jude came on, Thiago was taken off, and Jude Bellingham came on. The midfield had more legs, like making good runs from that midfield from Madrid half to the Bayern half was now better. Yeah, I think the second leg, Jude Bellingham needs to start that game. Yeah, he needs to start. So let's see how that. Yeah, I don't know why the network this morning is acting up. Yeah, I don't know why it's acting up. Why is my VPN messing up today? I really don't get it. Bijam, is it better? Okay, guys, I'm going to go over a couple of news. Yeah, I'm going to go over a couple of news. Okay, guys, I'm back again. So many Madrid players are coming out to make some comments about the game. Chomeni, Trent, Valverde, Rudiger, Jude Bellingham. They all came out to say a couple of things. Yeah, to say a couple of things about the game yesterday. And personally, I think it's not over for Real Madrid against Bayern. Now let's get to see what these Madrid players had to say after the game last night against Bayern. Jude Bellingham said on Bayern return leg, all to play next week. Yeah, I quite agree with Jude Bellingham. Then Antonio Rudiger says, the story is far from over. We are still alive. We believe in ourselves until the end. Yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough battle at the Allianz Arena for the second leg. Federico Valverde says, we are convinced that we can turn it around in Munich. Very possible. I don't think it's all over. If it were like a 3-0 or 4-0, then I would say, nah, the chapter of this season's UEFA Champions League is all over for Madrid. But a 2-1 is pretty much still open. Anything can happen. Madrid just need to score first. Yeah, score the goal first. Maybe push for the second goal, and then if they can get a third, yeah, they can be a little bit comfortable in the game. Now, Arnold also made a comment. Alexander Arnold said, it will be huge. It will be a huge task to win at the Allianz, but our plan is to win this whole thing. So we'll do our best to win there. Yeah, the players are really and I like this. The players are positive. Aurelien Chomeni says, we faced a legendary goalkeeper tonight. Yeah, Manuel Neuer for me was actually top. He was world class tonight. Like, yeah, I know he's a world class goalkeeper, right? But his performance yesterday, as a 40-year-old goalkeeper, making those saves, that is crazy. Honestly, it is crazy. BGME says, Noble, you think I will be next Messi and trash Yamal? Bro, you just have to focus on your development, BGME. Yeah, just focus on your development. Don't look at being the next Messi or trashing Yamal. You just have to look at your development. Very, very important. Gabe Owner says, hello Noble, seeing you long time no go. Yeah, it's been a very long time. Gabe Owner says, Manuel is world class since 2014. Yeah, Manuel Neuer is, he's been top. He's been top for a very long time. And I'm very much surprised he's 40 years already, honestly. Yeah, because I remember when he was still playing at Wolfsburg, right? Yeah. Then Man United wanted to sign him. Yeah, Man United wanted to sign him. I think that was before Van der Sar retired and left Man United. Man United wanted to sign Manuel Neuer that time, but he opted to go to Bayern. Yeah, I remember him at Wolfsburg then. He was fantastic. And ever since, man, Manuel Neuer has been top. He has been world class, honestly. He's been an amazing goalkeeper. Okay, let's see. Vini Jr. as well had a comment to say about their second leg. Most of the Madrid players, the senior players are very, very confident. Honestly, very confident. Vinicius Jr. says, we are alive, we must believe. Yeah, I think it's very interesting. Now, David Raya from the Arsenal side won the man of the match. Manuel Neuer from the Bayern side won the man of the match. So, the quarterfinals that was played yesterday, the man of the match awards were won by the two goalkeepers, David Raya and Manuel Neuer. That's to tell you how tough the game was. BGME says, Vini Jr. Ballon d'Or winner 2026. This guy. Mikel Arteta had to say this on David Raya. He said, David Raya is extraordinary, magnificent, incredible. I don't know the adjective, the right one. And with that, it's enough. We are so happy to have him. Now, this goes to tell you, if David Raya wasn't in goal for Arsenal yesterday, they would have lost that game against Sporting. And this goes on to say that the final against Manchester City was a very terrible decision to leave David Raya out. One of your best player, if not your best player, you left him out of your starting lineup because you want to make Kepa happy. For me, it doesn't make sense. Anishkan says, hi bro. Anishkan, nice to have you back as always. Teresa Harris, welcome back as well. Good morning to you too. Bijami says, Willman or Sheshko? Willman, which team does he play for? Which team does he play for? Arsenal are currently the only team that is undefeated in the Champions League this season. That's a very, very strong record. 11 games so far, no loss. Yeah, they've played 11 games, no loss, and it's pretty impressive. Honestly, it's very, very impressive. And Iskan says, career-wise, yes. I don't even know who the Willman you're talking about is. Which team does he play for? Bijami says, Hullman is cooking at Napoli, only hosting from Man United. Hullman is not a. Now, Hullman is playing for Sporting. He's a Sporting player. He's a Sporting player, not a Man United player. The one that went on loan is actually Højlund, Rasmus Højlund. Hullman plays for Sporting CP. The one that plays in Napoli from Man United is called Rasmus Højlund. You are making a mistake with the name Bijami. Hullman is also the same country as Rasmus Højlund, right? But he plays for Sporting. He plays for Sporting. Everywhere the papers, do you see what they say? Landon Holder says, praying for you, bro. God loves you. Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate the prayers. Thank you very much. Anishkan says he was a Man United player, now plays for Napoli. Rasmus Højlund, not Willman. I don't know what Bijami is typing Willman. I know he's trying to troll him, but his name is not Willman. Teresa Harris says, is Rico Lewis underrated? I think that kid is very good, honestly. I think I would say he's underrated. But I don't know what the problem is. Recently, I've not been seeing him play for Man City. So I don't know if he's injured or he's fully fit. Because I think he deserves to play in that right back position. And he plays in different positions for Man City. Right back, left back, midfield as well. Depending on whichever position Pep Guardiola wants to play him. Okay. Anishkan says, Vini and Mbappe spoiled the game yesterday. They missed lots of chances, honestly. They missed lots of chances, and if they had converted 2 each, they would have won that game. Honestly, they would have won that game against Bayern. But I think the chances they created against Bayern, at least, is going to give them some confidence that, okay, we can still do this to the Bayern defense. I think for me, the weak point of Bayern is that guy called Upamecano. That Upamecano is a very terrible defender. Very terrible guy. I don't even know why Vincent Kompany is playing Upamecano ahead of Kim Min-jae. Because Upamecano, for me, that guy is rubbish. The way I rate Onana in goal is how I rate Upamecano in defense. Very nonsense defender. I think he's one of the overhyped defenders I've seen in recent history. Dayot Upamecano, very rubbish defender. Kati Truby says Sheshko better than saving. I don't understand. Who is saving? Rasmus. Bijami says Rasmus or Sheshko. Definitely, I'm going for Benjamin Sheshko ahead of Rasmus Højlund. Yeah, I'm going for Sheshko. Højlund at Man United, the 2 years he stayed at Man United were really, really difficult for him. And I think his confidence level dropped. But Benjamin Sheshko, even when not playing, he still put his head high. Rasmus had better and more game time than Benjamin Sheshko, but Benjamin Sheshko's output is better. And I think Sheshko has a very, very big chance to do well at Man United, honestly. Teresa Harris says, is Matheus Nunes better than Lewis? Nah, he's not better than Lewis, but I think it's mainly because of the physicality that Pep is playing Matheus Nunes, ahead. But I like Rico Lewis. He's a very, very fantastic player. He can play different positions for you. Left back, right back. He can play as inverted right back into the midfield. He does that a lot. I think for 3. He's been very consistent. He's a City Academy graduate. He's a very, very good baller. Very good baller. Green Dusk says, bro's forehead is shining. Got to keep it fresh. This guy. Bijami says, Hullman is also cooking at Sporting, but Czechia cooked him alive in playoff. Czechia is not going to make it past the group stage. You guys are going to be in a very, very tight corner. And Iskan says, and the tactics were not good. No, the tactics I don't think was that bad for Madrid last night against Bayern, because if the tactics was that bad, Madrid wouldn't have gotten in those key positions they were, that they missed lots of chances. That they made Manuel Neuer to pull up 9 saves in the game. Lunin made 5 saves, while Manuel Neuer, a 40-year-old goalkeeper, made 9. So you just see the difference. It's 4 goals difference between the goalkeeper, Manuel Neuer, and Lunin. So it's a really, really interesting one, honestly. Anishkan says Kim Min-jae is solid. Yeah, that's why I said I really do not understand the rationale behind playing Dayot Upamecano ahead of Kim Min-jae. Honestly, I don't, because personally, I do not rate Upamecano. All videos says, do you listen to K-pop songs? Which is your favorite K-pop songs? Honestly, K-pop, I don't listen to it. K-pop is Korean, right? Yeah, I don't listen to K-pop songs. I think songs I listen to very well are mostly high life, like my country's high life. Sometimes I listen to Afrobeat, but not always. But the genre I listen to very, very well is high life music, also gospel songs. Yeah, sometimes I also listen to Afrobeat, but I'm not the biggest fan of Afrobeat now. Afrobeat I loved was the OGs, but recently I don't really fancy Afrobeat songs now. I used to have lots of legends back in the day. I enjoyed their songs, but recently, now I find it very difficult to even sing the lyrics very, very correctly of one of these recent artists. So, but I'm definitely more on the OGs. Yeah, maybe it's because of I'm a little bit older than the guys doing songs now, but I prefer the OG songs. Yeah. Bijami says Rasmus Højlund come back at the end of the season. Now, Rasmus, I think, is going to leave Man United at the end of the season it's going to be a permanent deal for him at Napoli. But I think his level for Man United is not really at that level we need our striker to be. Benjamin Sesko is not yet at that level, but I think Sesko is better than Rasmus Højlund, sincerely. Katik Truby says Oni. KG Sukuna says, bro, Madrid chances were saved by Neuer, but Bayern missed simple chances and it was their own mistakes. Yeah, if you check the chances that Bayern missed, it wasn't like a clear-cut big chance that you would say, okay, Bayern missed this. But if you look at the Madrid one, just check out how many chances did Mbappe get one-on-one with Manuel Neuer. How many chances one-on-one did Vinicius Junior have with Manuel Neuer? I think Mbappe had about 4 or 5 clear chances. 4 or 5 clear chances one-on-one with Manuel Neuer, and I honestly, I don't even know how Neuer managed to pull up those saves. Sincerely, I don't know. Teresa Harris says he means Savinho. Okay, Savinho of Man City. Savinho has not been... Yeah, he's not really lived up to expectations, honestly. He's not. I think I missed a lot of comments. There are so many new comments. Green Dusk says, bro is a secret musician, but I can't prove it yet. No, I love music. I love music. The first time I started music or started learning, because I went to music school, right? I went to music school 20 years ago. Yeah, that was in 2006, because we're already in 2026. So I went to music school 20 years ago. That was a very, very long time. I was still in my high school days then, and I learned some music instruments. I did voice training. Now my voice is all messed up. I don't even know how to sing now, but many years ago I was very, very good at music and singing. I did music training, my voice also. Yeah, then I started playing with acoustic guitar. Later I learned how to play the keyboard, drums as well, vocals. Yeah, but now I really don't have time for music, honestly. I've not played music in years. My voice is messed up. Anthony the Goat says, Manuel Neuer woke up and decided to go back to his prime for one match. Yeah, I said it last night that Manuel Neuer's performance... that performance was indeed crazy. Yeah, and I enjoyed every bit of that game. Sincerely, I enjoyed every bit of it. But it was really nice, though. It was really, really nice to see the legendary Manuel Neuer be at his best against the likes of Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Junior in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Very, very interesting. Anishkan says, Nico O'Reilly or Lewis Kelly? It's a tough one. I think there are 3 left backs right now that I really, really like. Lewis Hall, Lewis Kelly, and Nico O'Reilly. Nico O'Reilly recently has been playing up front for Man City. Yeah, but man, out of these 3 guys, I think I would pick O'Reilly ahead of Lewis Kelly, right? Yeah, because O'Reilly can score goals. Yeah, he can score goals and is very, very solid defensively. Lewis Kelly is also solid defensively, but yes, for the sheer purpose of scoring goals, I would go with O'Reilly. Then for O'Reilly and Lewis Hall, I think when it comes to crosses, yeah, Lewis Hall, I think the only reason I will pick O'Reilly ahead of Lewis Hall is mainly because of the fact that O'Reilly can score more goals, and O'Reilly also can play in attacking positions other than playing as a left back. So I would go with O'Reilly. Sukuna says, guys, stop commenting. Let him reach the latest comment. He's so far away. Yeah, there are so many comments. I just had to skip others to come down to check the new comments, honestly. Aniskan says they are both great. Lewis Kelly can also attack. Yeah, Lewis Kelly can attack, but I would say O'Reilly attacks more. Yeah, O'Reilly attacks more. The Newcastle man, CL, welcome back. CL says Lewis Hall is the definition of Messi left back. Have you seen him dribbling all the best players? Honestly, I like Lewis Hall. I would say, apart from Nuno Mendes, yeah, he's one of the left backs that I love now. For O'Reilly, I don't really see O'Reilly as a natural left back. O'Reilly is not a left back, by the way, but Pep took him to that position and he played that position perfectly. There are some games that Pep will drop Foden and play O'Reilly up front. So it's really, really a difficult one, honestly. It's a very, very difficult one. Anthony the Goat says the second leg is remontada. Yeah, I think the second leg for the Madrid Bayern game is still very much open. Very, very open. It's still very open, but I think it's not going to be an easy one. But is it possible for Madrid to do a comeback? Yeah, of course, it's just a 2-1 loss, so they can actually come back into the game. Ashwin Thomas says hello. Ashwin, welcome back. It's been a while. There are so many old subscribers that have been joining back recently, so it's really nice to have you guys back. Anishkan says he's talented. Barcelona should go for him. Okay, Frimpong should leave Liverpool. Honestly, I don't like Frimpong's style. Yeah, I don't like Frimpong's style of play. He's always all this, all this run, fight. Nah. He always forces to dribble, like he doesn't play it with ease. Yeah, I don't like Jeremy Frimpong's style of play. Sincerely, I don't like it. Teresa Harris says Nico is the best left back in the world. Nah, Nuno Mendes for me is the best left back in the world at the moment. Ashwin Thomas, of course I do remember you. I'm not from Spain, I'm Nigerian, but I'm currently living in China. Anishkan says he's more like an attacking fullback. It's not really been an attacking fullback. For example, the likes of Dani Alves. Dani Alves was an attacking fullback, but you enjoy his play. Nah, for Frimpong, honestly, I'm not his biggest fan. Yeah, I'm not Frimpong's biggest fan, honestly. CL says, wish you luck against Crystal Palace next Premier League game. Howe the lads. Okay, you guys are playing Palace against in your next Premier League fixture, alright? Thomas says, how is life? Yeah, life has been amazing, brother. Life has been good. Teresa says, Nico is a central midfielder or central defensive midfielder. Yeah, that's why I said in some games, Pep Guardiola pushes him up front to go and attack. Some games he plays him as left back. So, Nico O'Reilly, I'm a very, very big fan of him. And he's always very consistent in his performances. You hardly see Nico O'Reilly giving you a 4/10 or a 5/10. Most times you see him give you 7/10, 8/10, very consistently in all games. Now, the lad is very good. And I think he's going to be the starting left back for England in the World Cup. Yeah, I think O'Reilly is going to be the starting left back for England in the World Cup. KG Sukuna says, bro, did you reach 2K? Yeah, we're already past 2K. We're currently at, I think, we are one subscriber away from 2,360. Yeah, we are currently 2,359 subscribers. So it's been weeks. We passed the 2K threshold. Yeah, it's been weeks. So guys, for those who are just joining now, hit the like button. And also don't forget to subscribe to Nobles View. This is our daily morning show where we talk all football. We talk about football news, transfers, and every other conversation in football. This is the go-to channel for that. And regardless of the club you support, you're very most welcome to the channel. We have Newcastle, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Bayern, PSG, Arsenal, Madrid, Barcelona, Aston Villa, Tottenham. Name them. So many football fans. Also, Crystal Palace as well, West Ham. Different football fans on this channel. So, regardless of the team you support, you are most welcome to Noble's View, guys. So, let's get the likes up. We are currently on 12 likes. So, I want us to push the likes to 20 likes, guys. Let's get it up. Pona says, yo, what's up, G? Yeah, I'm doing amazing, Pona. Pona, where are you connecting from and which football team do you support? Anishkan says, if Arsenal bottles this Premier League just because Gabriel injured, then it will be a shame. Whether Gabriel is injured or not, that's not an excuse. I've said this, if Mikel Arteta bottles the Premier League this season, Arsenal should sack him and Arsenal fans should sue him to court. Yeah, because he's messing with their mental health. Yeah, they need to sue him to court if he fails to win the Premier League this season. His priority should be the Premier League. Yeah, he should focus on the Premier League. The Champions League might be a distraction, but I think he should focus on the Premier League because Arsenal is not winning the Champions League. That I'm very, very sure of. Green Dusk says, what about Kusanov? Rate him, he's pretty solid. Honestly, Kusanov in recent games, he's been the mainstay of the Man City central defense. Honestly, he's been the main defender for Man City in central defense. He's been amazing, and I'm very, very happy with his progress, in as much as I'm not a City fan, but I'm just a lover of football. When I see good players that improve, I just enjoy watching them. For Kusanov, he's more confident. He's going into tackles, getting into duels and winning them. So it's very, very impressive, honestly. I remember his first match. The mistakes, I think he made 2 mistakes in that game and he was later subbed off later on by Pep Guardiola. So it's really, really nice to see Kusanov doing very well. I think he's the main City defender at the moment. Any team City is playing against right now, Kusanov is definitely going to be one of the first names on the list. Sadly, I can't even pronounce his first name. I've actually forgotten his first name. But it's Kusanov, I know him. Kiagusu Muhammad. Okay, Kiagus Muhammad says, bro, can you speak Indonesian? Okay, you're from Indonesia. Now, I can't speak Indonesian, but I know a couple of Indonesians, mostly females, by the way. There are lots of female Indonesians here in China. Yeah. Anishkan says, beated him in his hometown, beated them in Emirates. Anthony the Go says, Zidane to Man United. Yeah, I would really love Zizou. Zizou for me, he's one of my favorite players of all time. I always enjoy watching that man, Zizou. Legendary Zinedine Zidane. Kiagus Muhammad, which team do you support? You said you're from Indonesia. Is it Bali? Are you from Bali? Anishkan says, Carrick joined Italy lately. That's the reason we are third. We need to give him time. Yeah, I think a lot of people have been saying some negative things about Michael Carrick, but I don't think that's actually fair because this is a man that has actually given us hope to even talk about Champions League football and possibly next season to see if we can fight for the Premier League. So I think he deserves some respect. Some people are saying he's a risk, and I saw a post from Mark Goldbridge where he was saying that Michael Carrick is a risk giving him that job, that he would prefer Nagelsmann. I'm like, the Nagelsmann you're talking about, is Nagelsmann not going to be a risk as well? Nagelsmann is going to be a risk. Michael Carrick, yes, is going to be a risk, right? But I would prefer to take a risk I have actually seen and experienced than a risk I've not even seen what it's going to be like in the Premier League, because there are so many top managers that have come to the Premier League and have been swallowed by the Premier League and the pressure at Manchester United. So why not go with someone? Yes, he's a risk, no doubt about it, but at least he's done something tangible that I can actually hold on to and say, okay, yes, this guy can actually do this job. He's only lost one match in the last, is in 9 games or so. 1 draw, 1 loss. So it's pretty a very, very good record. Yeah, we've not lost any big game aside the Newcastle one. Yeah, that Newcastle loss was a very, very terrible one. But come on, I don't see why people are saying some negative stuff about Michael Carrick. It's really, really unnecessary. Funky Sam says, I slept for 12 hours. Zidane to Man United. You slept for 12 hours. Wow, that's a very, very deep that's a very, very deep sleep, I would say. Very deep sleep. Zidane, nah, it's this guy. Is it Anthony the Goat that said Zidane to Man United? Now I just love Zinedine Zidane. He's my best midfielder of all time. Like, it's not about the goals for Zidane for me. It's just the fact that personally I just enjoyed watching him. Yeah, some people might not have him as their best midfielder, but for me, you see Zidane, Andreas Iniesta. Nah, these guys were wicked ballers. Teresa Harry says, Noble, get a City top. The only way and the only time I'm going to get a City top, if City wins the Premier League, then I'm going to get a City top. Yeah, for sure. If City win the Premier League, I'm definitely getting a City top. But the likelihood of that, I'm not sure. It's still very, very slim, honestly. Very slim. BJami says, who was saying political things? KG Sukuna says, bro, how can I see your jersey in Google? What's the name of the club? This is I don't think my club is on Google, right? It's called RVC. You can see it here, RVC. That's Royal Victory Club. That's my football club here in China. We have a game tomorrow, by the way. Yeah, we have a football match tomorrow. It's a novelty match. The club was founded in 2004. So we are going to do a ceremony, a 22-year-old novelty match. Our club is 22 years, so we are playing a football match tomorrow. It's the new takers against the old takers. That's what we are playing tomorrow. So it's going to be a very, very tough match, by the way. Kiagus Muhammad says, Rizzi Rido did not win the Puskás. Rizzi Rido. Which team does he play for? Because that's the first time I'm hearing that name. Guys, if you're just joining, hit the like button and also subscribe to Noble's View. Let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get it up. Oleku, tell me something where I know fit do. Mo pa malo too. KG Sukuna says, bro, Google is showing RVC means Rayo Vallecano. Yeah, that's why I told you that I don't think my club is on Google. Yeah, my club is not on Google. It's a football club here in China, so you really can't find it on Google. Kiagus Muhammad, have you subscribed to the channel already? Guys, let's get the likes up and subscribe if you're new to Noble's View. Anthony the Go says Arteta gonna make Man United second place every season. Nah, I don't um I don't want Arteta at Man United. Yeah, he doesn't have a winner's mentality. I need a coach that has winning mentality. Kiagus Muhammad says, has Messi ever won the Puskás Cup? Puskás Cup, where is the tournament being played at? Bijami says, Noble is former Rayo Vallecano. Teresa Harry says, can you make the match live? Maybe I will have to think about it though, but yeah, I don't have a very big camera that would have done justice to shooting a very professional live stream on the field. But maybe I can just try with my phone if the phone can actually give exactly what would be okay for you guys to enjoy. But I'm not sure. But let's see how it goes. If I'm able to show it live, I'm going to upload it on the channel. Yeah, I'm going to schedule it definitely. But let's see how it goes. Anthony the Goat says, search up RVC China. Nah, I don't think it's even on Google. Yeah, I don't think they uploaded the club's information on Google. Yeah, it's just a team that foreigners here in China play, and like I said, it's been existing since 2004. That we are playing a novelty match. We're just like celebrating 22 years of the club's establishment. Bijami says it means Puskás Award. Teresa Harris says, do you have an Xbox Go? What's an Xbox Go? Is it an app? Anthony the Go says, never mind, can't find it. KG Sukuna says, I searched for RVC China and it's not in Google. Noble, bro. Put your club details in Google. Well, I'm not the coach of the club, right? But I've been a captain a couple of years. Currently, I'm not the captain of the team right now, but yeah, I'm one of the key members of the club, one of the executive members. But let's see how it goes. I'm not really sure of that because they are not really keen into that. It's just a team that foreigners just come to enjoy themselves and play football. That's it. Real Dandy says, why is Pitach even playing? Who is Pitach? Guys, let's get the likes up to 20. We are currently at 15 likes, so let's get it up, guys. Anthony the Ghost says, Noble, remember when you said if Arsenal won the league, your wife would come and say hi? Yes, my wife came to say hi a couple of, I think it was last week, right? Yeah, I think when I was trying to set up with my laptop, but my laptop was giving serious issues. Yeah, but she will come to say a proper hi when Arsenal wins the league. But it's very much likely Arsenal has already won it. KG Sukuna says, Noble is not married. Anthony, bro. Who told you I'm not married? Yeah, I'm married, bro. Bijami says, Anthony the Goat, I have seen her. I was in the time only one person on stream. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's only Bijami that must have seen my wife because that day the network was pretty bad. Anthony says, Noble to Chinese national team. Here we go. KG Sukuna says, bro, do you remember David Neres? Yeah, I think he still plays in, is it Napoli? I think he plays for Napoli right now. He played for, what was it called? Ajax under Eric Ten Hag, but currently I think he plays for Napoli. I don't know if he's on loan or permanent deal. Real Dandy says, Pitach, the Real Madrid 18-year-old who played yesterday. Okay, Pitach, is it Thiago? Is it Pitach? Okay, yeah, Pitach. Is it Thiago, right? The Madrid midfielder that was subbed off for Jude Bellingham to come on. Is it Thiago that's that boy's name? Pitach Thiago, or what's his name? Yeah, Pitach Thiago, yeah. Nah, the guy is good. He's good. But there was a mistake he made again. Yesterday. That was very much close to be a goal, but Lunin made that save from, I think, Sajinabri. Yeah, from Sajinabri. He made a mistake, and the second leg against Man City, he made similar mistake. But Thibaut Courtois actually saved the game. Yeah, so he's a very good lad. Yeah. Real Dandy says, Thiago Pitach, why did he even play? Pitach didn't have a good game yesterday. When Jude came on, the game changed for Madrid and it was pretty much better. Teresa says, sorry for saying the two numbers. Yeah, I really don't fancy those numbers on this channel. I don't know why people always like to say that. I don't know. Okay, let's look at more news. Before I end the stream, probably in about, let's say 10-15 minutes, I'm going to end the stream. Let's get the likes up to 20, guys. Now, Alvaro Arbeloa has a couple of things to say about that challenge of Jonathan Tah against Kylian Mbappe. He said, I don't understand how Tah wasn't sent off for his tackle on Mbappe. Also, I don't understand how Tchouaméni was given a yellow, but now he's suspended, so we have to find a solution for that. Ooh. Oh, Tchouaméni is not going to be available for the second leg. Wow. Ooh. Yeah, that's a surprise. It's a surprise, honestly. Anthony the Ghost says, I don't even understand that number you're putting. KG Sukuna says, bro, I meant you are not married to a guy. Okay. Yeah, of course. Why would I be married to a guy? I'm married to a woman, not a guy. Manenoya says, on his presence at the World Cup, everything has been said about that. What's important now is the rest of the season with Bayern, told Sky DE. It's very much likely that Germany might call Manenoya to come out of retirement because he's already retired from international football. But his performances this season at 40 is remarkable. Yeah, it's remarkable. And also, guys, like I said earlier on in the stream, Harry Maguire has signed a new deal for Manchester United till 2027 with an extra year to be extended. He's got a reduced wages at the moment, so it's really nice. Personally, I think I do love that, but we need to sign defenders. Yeah, we need to sign defenders for sure. We need more defenders because Maguire is not going to be fully fit always, so we need young people who are very good that will actually give us the chances to push for the Premier League. Yeah, so let's see how that goes. Teresa Harris says, don't end stream. I definitely need to end it in about 10 minutes or thereabouts because there are a couple of things I need to do. Yeah, definitely. I need to do a couple of things. Though I'll be coming back later tonight for the live watch along for the PSG game against Liverpool. That's going to be the main game I'm focusing on. Yeah, that Liverpool PSG game at Parc de France. Yeah, if PSG can batter Liverpool for me like 5-0, ah, I'll be so happy. Though I predicted a 4-1 win, right? But if they can get a 5-0 win against Liverpool, man, it's going to be remarkable. Yeah, it's going to be extraordinary because City did a 4-0 on them. If PSG does a 5-0 on them and come back to the second leg at Anfield and do a 4-0 on Liverpool, I think Arne Slot will be sacked. But I do want him to remain there because Liverpool's position and condition at the moment, I am enjoying it very well. Lauren Coleman says Olise is a joke. Yeah, Olise, the boy, like I said, for me, he's the best winger in world football right now. Yeah, he's the best winger in world football right now. And he tore the Madrid defense apart. That left part, that Alvaro Carreras wing up till the what's his name? Dean Huijsen. He tore it apart. Teresa says Dean Huijsen is overrated. Dean Huijsen. Who is Dean Huijsen? Because I'm trying to. You mean Dean Huijsen, the Madrid defender? Is it Dean Huijsen you're talking about? BJami says, please read my comment, bro. It's saying fact. Which comment? Is it the one you said that Banik Ostrava is waiting in second league for Tottenham and Man United? Is that the fact you're talking about? What's the fact about that? Anthony says one bad game doesn't mean a bad season. Who had a bad game? KG Sukuna says, I don't think Slot will lose that bad to PSG after he got eliminated from FA Cup. Bro, City did a very good one on Liverpool, and I think PSG is even going to do worse because PSG, those guys are very ruthless. Even when Liverpool were at their best last season, they lost to PSG. I think it was via penalties, right? Yeah, they lost to PSG. Now, this season is totally different. Liverpool's level has dropped drastically. And I think they are going to have a very difficult game against PSG tonight. But I'm really looking forward to that game, honestly. Then the Barcelona game against Atletico de Madrid is going to be really tough because, yeah, Atletico will feel they were not fully favored in that La Liga game over the weekend. At least they deserve the draw in that game. So it's going to be a very strong fight. Yeah, very strong fight. BJami says, yes, bro, Tottenham and Man United will join Banik Ostrava party soon. They're very funny. You guys should go to what's it called? To the relegation alone. You guys should be relegated alone. Don't call other teams that are better. KG Sukuna says, bro, Bayern are the UCL champion of this season. Yeah, they've been my favorites for months, though I said a team no one expects might actually come out to win it, but let's see. Bijami says, Noble, you think Skibidi Toilet is a good defender? This boy. KG Sukuna says, how did they deserve a draw? Now, the reason I say they deserve a draw is in the first half, the game was pretty much 50-50. Both teams played very well, right? And what's that? Is it Nico? Nico was sent off. Yeah, that's definitely a red card. But in the second half, Gerard Martin was supposed to have been sent off. That was a red card, but the referee gave a red card, went back to check the VAR and gave a yellow card. For me, that is crazy. That tackle was definitely a red card offense. And I think if it had gone back to 10 against 10, then possibly it would have been a draw, or maybe Atletico would even win. KG Sukuna says, Noble bro, I don't expect you to say that it was a red card for Gerard Martin. It wasn't intentional. Bro, it's not about the intention, right? It's about the tackle. That tackle was a red card offense. Like I said, the Atletico one was in Nico. That foul on Lamine Yamal. He was even very lucky that wasn't inside the 18-yard box, because if that was inside the 18-yard box, Nico would have gotten a red card plus a penalty to Barcelona, right? But it was outside the line. So I think that Nico's one, perfect, was the right call. But for the Gerard Martin one, that is definitely a red card. It's definitely a red card. That's why sometimes this whole slow motion replay can be confusing. Yeah, but that personally for me was a red card. Teresa says, Noble, read my messages. Which of your messages did I miss? MDK says, Big Justice is better defender than Skibidi Toilet. Come on, boy. MDK says, I can't believe Madrid lost to Bayern. They're going to win the next game 2-0. It's still very much open. Yeah, it's still very much open. Teresa, I can't see the message you're talking about. Yeah, I really can't see it. Guys, let's get the likes up to 20. I want us to get to 20 likes. Then I'll end the stream. Anthony says, everyone like or else I'll call you a hater. Nah, it's all good, bro. Sukuna says he kicked the ball first. I agree that the tackle was definitely red card, but you have to see what caused the foul. No, bro. I'm not saying he didn't kick the ball, but the tackle on... Who was that exactly? I'm trying to remember I think it was in number 10. I don't know if it's Korea. I don't know if it's Korea of Atletico. Yeah, he kicked the ball, but his leg went straight up to that Atletico guy's leg. And for me, definitely, that is a red card. It's not about maybe the intention and all that, but the tackle itself is a red card, honestly. But sometimes referees take decisions in games that just spoil and mess up the whole game. But it is what it is. You can't change that. Teresa says Dean Huijsen is overrated. Yeah, this season Dean Huijsen has been terrible. His performances last season for AFC Bournemouth was fantastic. But this season he's been performing very badly for Madrid, honestly. BJami says everyone is scary to see Baniko Strava Prime era. Anthony the Ghost says BJami is a hater now. BJami says hater of what, bro? Anthony, I've read your comments. Which other comments are you talking about? BJami says I liked it first. Are Man United scared of Baniko Strava? Milton, welcome back. Welcome back, bro. Welcome back. It's been a while. Milton says, what is happening with Man United? There's nothing happening with Man United. Man United are currently seated third on the league table. KG Sukuna says, BG Ami, are you from Czech? Yeah, he's Czechian. Alright, guys, thank you very much. I think I have to draw the curtain here. Yeah, I need to go attend to a couple of things. So I'll see you guys tonight. Yeah, not tomorrow. I'm going to see you guys tonight for the live watch along for the Champions League games between Paris Saint-Germain against Liverpool at Parc de France. Also, Barcelona against Atletico de Madrid at Camp Nou. So, I'll see you all later, guys. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you very much for the support. I'll see you guys later on for the live watch along. Do take care, guys. And bye. Baby.